everyone, this is Aubrey. I'm the farm manager at McDowell Farm School. If you've been tuning into these videos, you may have seen me hanging around with the chickens. And we also have Carol Ann here.
Hi, I'm the program coordinator for McDowell Farm School. You may have seen me talking about goats.
So today we are going to talk to you about our pigs. If you tuned in for the cover crop video with Farmer Scotty, you may be surprised to find that we are in the same field that he was in during that video, also the flower video with Farmer Jordan and with Anna. They were also in the same field that used to be just a bright red filled with crimson clover flowers. And yesterday we moved our pigs onto this field here, and as you can see, they have been having the time of their lives eating all this clover up. So these are the pigs that we have here at the farm school. We have 9 pigs right now, and these are called American Guinea Hogs. This is a heritage breed, which means that it's an older breed that has been continued on through the generations. And it's also a breed that hasn't totally died out, but has gone down in numbers quite a bit over the years. So we love to, as much as we can, have heritage breeds here on our farm. They tend to have a really great flavor as far as the product that we get from them, and they're a slower growing breed, which means that they can be a little bit smaller. The flavor again changes depending on how fast your pig grows. And we like this breed for a few reasons. One is they have a really nice, kind of calm disposition for the most part. They also, if you can see, they have these long snouts, and they use those snouts to root around for food. There's some pros and cons to having a pig with really long snouts like this. One of the pros is that if you need a little bit of help tilling up the soil in your field, they do a great job of that. But they can also do a lot of damage. So you have to be careful as well if you have a pig like this that has really long snouts, and make sure that you keep them moving so that they don't just do a lot of damage to your soil or your trees or your crops. So yeah, these are American Guinea Hogs. This is a hog that was really common for homesteaders, for small families. It's a great hog for that reason because, as you can see, it's a smaller hog. So for families, they didn't tend to necessarily want a really big pig because they couldn't maybe go through that much meat. So a nice smaller pig that grows slowly, that does really well foraging. These pigs also produce a lot of lard. Lard has gone kind of out of favor these days with a lot of folks, but it's one of my favorite foods in the whole world for a few reasons. So pigs that are raised out on pasture or in the woods are eating a whole lot of different foods. They're getting nuts and seeds and insects and grasses and clovers and all kinds of really good variation in their diet, which means that they have a lot of different nutrients that they're getting that a pig that's raised maybe just on grain won't necessarily be getting. And so you are what you eat. So if you eat an animal that has a really healthy, varied diet because it's outside foraging, you're going to eat the product from them is going to be a lot healthier. So you're going to be healthier too. So these guys are raised either out on pasture or in the woods, and so they get a really varied diet, and so their lard has a lot of nutrients that lard doesn't have that you might find in the grocery store, and a lot of omega-3s, which is really healthy fatty acids. The other cool thing about lard is that not all lard is the same. So lard that you get in the grocery store has to go through a hydrogenation process to make it shelf stable. And so that hydrogenation process is what puts the trans fats, the unhealthier fats, into the lard. But if you get lard from pigs that are raised on a farm that is fresh and comes from pigs that are raised out on forage, it doesn't have to go through that hydrogenation process to keep it shelf stable, and so you're not getting those trans fats that you, bless you, that you get from lard in a grocery store. So the nutritional profile of farm lard is really different from the nutrition that you find in conventional lard from a grocery store. So we get really excited about the lard that we're able to have here on the farm, and it's really easy to render your own lard. You can look up really simple recipes and see if your local farm has any lard that you could purchase from them and try it out. It's delicious.
During our farm fauna class, we talk a lot about the anatomies and behaviors of the different animals that we have at the farm. So we're going to talk a little bit about our American Guinea Hogs and different adaptations and characteristics that help them thrive in this environment. So as you can see, and as Aubrey already mentioned earlier, our pigs have really long snouts, and those help them root around for different forage like acorns, mushrooms, etc., wherever they are foraging. Generally, you'll find our American Guinea Hogs out in the woods when they're not tearing up our cover crop. And you can see really well the amount of work that they do to that soil, even after being on it for only a single day. You can see what they can do to that. And that's also a reason why these hogs are popular for homesteaders, is because they are able to forage and find their own food in the wild pretty easily. Another thing that I'll point out is these really large ears as well, and their thick black fur. So one thing you may not know, if you've heard the term sweating like a pig, that actually is not true. Pigs cannot sweat. And if you've seen any footage or anything on TV or whatever, you can see that pigs actually form these things called wallows, and they're basically shallow wells that they'll create in water or in mud, and that is mainly for them to cool off because they are not able to sweat. They are also able to release some heat through their large ears as well. So if you look at their really thick, bristly black fur, that probably gets really hot in the summertime especially. So it's important for us, as much as we can, to create wallows for them in times where it is not raining as frequently. Pigs are also super social animals, and they have been known to have 20 different vocalizations for expressing their wants and needs, such as "I'm hungry," etc., that we would hear as squeals and grunts. They also tend to stick together at night, and they sleep in large piles, and pigs also dream just like humans do. Another interesting fact about pigs is that, for one, they're mammals, 2, they're monogastric, and 3, their organs are roughly the same shape and size as human organs. And for that reason, we are able to use pigs for biomedical research and engineering in areas such as stem cell research and assisted reproduction and self-cloning.
So we get our pigs here a few different ways. We can breed our own pigs here. If you've ever been to Camp McDowell, you may know Waldo, who is our awesome cooney pig. And Waldo is a boar, which means that he's a breeding male. And so we can raise our own piglets here, which is pretty fun. Pigs are pregnant for 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. I don't know how that works, but it's pretty cool. So we have raised our own piglets here. We also sometimes get our pigs from farmer friends. So we have some great friends at Friday Farms, and they are the ones who provided these guinea hogs for us. So we get them a few different ways. And then, as Carol Ann said, pigs are monogastric. So like humans, they have just one chamber in their stomachs, which is different from like goats who have 4. And so when we have our pigs here, we feed them not just on pasture and in the woods, but we also give them slop. And slop is just food waste that would normally go into a landfill, but instead we can put it back into the life cycle on the farm. So we give our pigs things like leftover grits or leftover fruits and vegetables, bread, corn. They love anything like that. So it's a really great way for us to turn food waste into delicious food that goes to our pigs, and then we can eat the pigs. We are still kind of picky about making sure that they get high quality food, so we don't give them just any food waste. We don't put like meat or desserts or anything in there. We want to make sure that they're still getting a good healthy diet, but that's one way that we turn our food waste back into part of the life cycle on the farm. And then Carol Ann also mentioned that pigs are really social, they're really smart animals, and so we want to make sure that they always have something to do all day, and that, like every animal here on the farm at McDowell, that they're able to express their natural behaviors. And so we raise our pigs outside and we rotate them. So usually these pigs are rotating through the woods, and we rotate them usually about once a week, maybe more frequently if we are able to. And that gives them an opportunity to forage around in the woods, which is where they're going to find most of the foods that they want, which is like a lot of nuts and seeds and insects and plants. And it gives them shade, which is really important in the Alabama heat, that they get lots of good shade. and just gives them lots of new places to explore every week. So we want to make sure that they're giving them a new place to explore all the time so that they don't get bored and so that they live as happy a life as they can while they're here. But we also can use the pigs on our farm. So as I mentioned before, this was a cover crop, and we were just about ready to terminate this cover crop, which means that we were going to cut it and incorporate it into the soil. What we're looking for is for the cover crop to flower. So this clover just started to flower, and that's when we want to incorporate it back into the soil. And so instead of just using machinery to do that right away, we decided we would use the pigs to help us get it started. So we put the pigs out here, and as you can see, they have been eating this clover, and it's a really great, it's a really cool process because they eat the clover. Those long snouts kind of naturally till up the soil a little bit, and their poop helps to fertilize the soil. So they're doing really healthy, helpful things to our soil here. And then we're going to be growing corn on this spot next, and guess who gets to eat any waste or leftover corn that we have? It's going to be the pigs. So they create this really awesome closed loop system. So the pigs are a great example of how we raise our animals here at Camp McDowell, which is making sure that we try and integrate them into our whole farming system, and making sure that they live as happy a life as possible, and that we're trying to keep in mind their impact on the environment and on our farm, and yeah, trying to keep everything happy and healthy.
Thank y'all so much for joining us today. We really miss you out here at camp, and we hope that you're staying safe and healthy at home. And we are so happy that we were able to share with you some knowledge and facts about our American Guinea Hogs out here today.
We can't wait to see you all again. Hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.